Yes. Excuse me. The hair is perfect. I got a little Top Gun Maverick going on here today because of the fact that everything that's going on. We had a little do of Top Gun today because I'm gonna do a weekend where we're only gonna do Top Gun sound effects. So I went a little high, I went a little Maverick. Actually, I went a little bit more Iceman, maybe a little bit more Viper. Oh, it's one of those days that you're feeling good about yourself. Went to the Giant game, saw my Packers win. Not really a joke. I got to shake the hand of Malik Willis on the field before the game. Just another day. You know how it is. No, because that guy Malik Willis, that bum, just happened to spark the entire offense. Whatever. It is what it is. Want to talk about Shane Bowen? Want to talk about Abdul Carter? Want to talk about the blaming of Shane Bowen for everything and how that's just fucking lazy. I'm exhausted because it was a long weekend, but I'm exhausted. But that's just fucking lazy. Maybe a little Vanilla Ice. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something. Grab a hold of me tightly. Will won't stop. Yo, I don't know. I pull up the mic and let's go. To the extreme, Dr. Mike like a vandal. Light up a stage. Watch it jump like a candle. Dance. To the speaker that moves. And it's not Detroit Avenue. Vanilla Ice has never been to Detroit. It's Beachfront Avenue. So if you're ever going to if you have to ever do karaoke with Vanilla Ice, remember it's not Detroit Avenue. It's Beachfront Avenue. Beachfront Avenue. He is from Miami. That always pisses me off. Blaming Bowen is lazy. It does not get into the heart of the problem. It does not allow you to really look at the root of the issues of this team. It is a lazy excuse for a lazy organization and sometimes for a lazy fan base. Because it's always fire. We lose. Fire this guy. We lost. Fire that guy. And I love it. I love Giant fans. There was more Packer fans in the stand than Giant fans. But I love Giant fans. I love the calming influence of Brian Dable. Mike Kafka. He's so much more calming demeanor. So when Brian Dable changed his fiery ways in year 2 and was then calming, people were like, Brian Dable needs to be more of that fiery figure. Now that he's gone, it's the calming influence of Mike Kafka, which still led to a 27-20 loss. And I love it because of the fact that we talk about how that was such a close game. The Packers kept us in the game. There were literally 3 additional interceptions that hit the hands of, not even hit the hands, hit the chest of Green Bay Packers that were dropped. That should have been a 4 interception day yesterday for Jameis Winston. The offense is still the same offense. It's still stagnant. We got to give the Big Don big thanks for sending out those 5 online Big Blue memberships. Thank you, Big Don, as always. Don's been sending me pictures. So all those people that just received those, and for James and Anthony and, Cream, you got one. And for Nick and To Protect, give Big Don a thank you. But here's the problem. You didn't do anything different offensively. And defensively, you're still a sieve. Drew Phillips, there's never a catch that he doesn't want to give up. He'll make the tackle, but there's never a reception he doesn't want to give. Holland is just god awful. Holland at one point, this was at one point when he went to tackle Jacobs. He looked like he was gonna run and get him. And all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I missed! Oh, damn it! Damn that shoulder tackle! I fucking missed!" Corey Black, I think should play squash. Tay Banks needs to go away. Tyler Nubin needs to go away. The thought process is to blame Shane Bowen for all the woes. But the issue is this. He can only do, and I love it because people are like, you need to blitz more. So when you have a shit ass secondary, your thought process is to expose the defense to single coverage, potentially open coverage because your secondary can't cover anyone. So the thought process is blitz more because we don't need to drop anyone additionally into the secondary to help the secondary that's putrid. This is a team that still ran only 23 times for 128 yards. That's 5.6 yards a carry for you, for all you children out there. And I love it because of the mighty Abdul Carter. The mighty Abdul Carter. So I loved it because if you ever seen the movie Celtic Pride, when Lewis Scott at the end, after he gets kidnapped, he finally makes it to the arena, he gets benched. He gets benched because his coach is just sick of his antics and all the bullshit. And he literally just benched him during the introductions. That's what Abdul Carter, you are so bad. We know what we're going to do. We're going to bench you for a series. Ooh, a whole series. And what the good news is? You're going to play more, but you're only going to have one solo tackle, and you're still going to play like shit. Even the venerable Tiki Barber, and I have to thank Herbologist for sending me this. I got to see if I can't play it. Let me see if I can't get this to play in here. No, I got to go through this to play it. Let's see if we can play the whole Tiki Barber thing. Let's see if I can get this to work. Hold on. Here we go.
First round player. He should be a dog right away. Sometimes you get it. Like Malik Neighbors was at. He led almost the league in receiving as a rookie after missing 2 or 3 games with a concussion. Yeah, but he was a dog.
But Saquon lived up to the bill.
Saquon lived up to the bill. Absolutely. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. And with Abdul Carter, what I saw a lot in this game is that he thinks it's patented, but it's not. This deke out, let me come underneath and try to get inside of the tackle.
We used to refer to that as the dip. we report it as the dip, which we said before the draft.
And get to the quarterback, but everybody knows you're going to do that. And so he's a one-trick pony at this point. Sometimes it works and he gets pressures. Most times it doesn't, and he doesn't get pressure, and he compromises the edge.
He compromises the edge, which means people just run right fucking by. Huh. I don't know where we heard that. We have some actual audio from inside the Giant locker room after Abdul Carter got burned or beat like he stole something by the venerable Malik Willis. I went like this. He went like that. I said to Abdul, where'd he go? Abdul said, where'd who go? That's from the locker room. Abdul Carter is not even a one-trick pony. I love it when people are like, we need to play him at linebacker more. So the 28.5% missed tackle percentage, his second season as a starting off the ball linebacker at Penn State, does not dissuade you from the fact that the motherfucker can't tackle. I've said this a million times, and it makes my head hurt. He's not a linebacker. He is a situational pass rusher. Yeah, like Slider says, stand up linebacker at Carter. Well, no way. But he's a situational pass rusher that maybe should play 30% of the time, create mismatches for him, and allow him to just Herbologist. We just played. Herbologist was the one that sent me the clip. So make sure the Tiki Barber clip that we just played. So thank you, Herbologist. So put him in situations where he can be effective, because the more you have him out there, the more they take advantage of him. I continuously see the Malik Willis play. Now, Malik Willis, a lot of Giant fans didn't want and don't think he's any good, even though Matt LaFleur said he's probably going to be a starting quarterback somewhere next year if they can't figure out a way to sign him in Green Bay, who came in and sparked the fucking offense and got them back on a roll again with that beautiful touchdown pass as well. Literally on third and 11, ran right by him. It's called setting the edge. It's called containment. Nope. just again, just went, oh, where'd he go? I don't know. He's fast. I said it before the draft. A million times. 2 players in this draft had bust written all over them. One was Abdul Carter. One was Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's hurt. Abdul Carter sucks. And I love RO0B because he's like, and I didn't go through all the Twitter comments because I don't have time. He's like, oh, he doesn't suck. He's got this and this and that. Okay. How many solo tackles and how many sacks? Because we all know if you have solo tackles, you're leading the point of attack, which means you'll have more solo tackles than assists because you're not getting the pylon stat. And I don't care about fucking pressures because I watched him pressure with Jordan Love at one point, and Jordan Love just pick apart the fucking Giant defense, especially going into that second half. And I love it because at one point in time, they just kept going right down the middle of the field at Drew Phillips. I wanted to scream when I was there, fucking Drew, turn your head, but I was wearing a Packer jersey. With all the cheese heads that I saw in that stadium, you would think they were selling them there. They weren't because I looked. And to Greg's point, I'm going to get to everyone in the chat. To Greg's point, he got benched for a whole series. We're going to teach you, young man. You're going to be benched for a series. I hope you fucking learned your lesson because I'm Mike Kafka. I don't let this shit slide. I'm a hard ass. Just ask Lewis Scott. And then I love it because instead of taking complete responsibility for doing it, he comes out and says, no. I wasn't sleeping. I was getting treatment. So, and I'm just going to break this down from NFL logic since I was in NFL locker rooms. The coaching staff knows when you're in treatment. They know when you're awake. They know when you've been bad or good, so don't be Abdul Carter. But they know when you're in treatment. And normally what they do is they don't schedule treatment the same time as you have a defensive meeting. They don't do that. Unless you are Lawrence Taylor, who can do whatever. But even Lawrence Taylor showed up for team meetings. He just slept in the meeting. So Abdul Carter evidently to me was sleeping somewhere. And now he denies it. He said, but then I love it because he goes, I was getting treatment and I take responsibility. Oh, you are so big, man. You're such a fucking big man. I take full responsibility for getting treatment. What are these motherfuckers talking about? This is the problem with the players of this new generation. They don't take accountability or responsibility. I'm not going to say all, but a good portion of them who would think that they are a hell of a lot better than they fucking are, don't. As the Wizard says, we're off to see the Wizard. How do you have 11 tackles and half a sack in 12 games? Oh, James, you probably didn't hear it, but I made this sound effect for you. We were talking about, this is the sound effect this is not a sound effect. This was the actual footage from inside the locker room after Malik Willis's 16-yard run. I went like this. He went like that. I said to Abdul, where'd he go? Abdul said, where'd who go? The astute fan will notice that I put the shower back there and I have voices in the background. Get a fucking job. I love it when people are like, well, this is your job. And I retired 14 years ago. I don't want a job. But you're taking responsibility, and your way to take responsibility is to say, I was getting treatment, but my bad. I'm sorry. I take responsibility. Oh, dear Lord. This organization is a shit show wrapped in a riddle. Listen, I am not a fan of the venerable Shane Bowen. Everyone knows that. I would have waited a week and got Steve Wilkes. But I'm not a fan of Shane Bowen. Slider says, I love it when giant content creators blame Shane Bowen. Yes, he sucks. Major balls, but Carter got the same accountability for crying out loud. Carter needs to take responsibility as well. Well, because most giant content creators never played football. Most giant content creators use ChatGPT, especially the recent ones, and don't understand the fucking game. I catch so much shit for saying shit. And then like 8 months later, when it comes true, no one ever comes running back. Like the whole Abdul Carter is probably going to be a bust. He should be Bryce Huff and play maybe 30% of the time. I hate Shane Bowen. Don't hate him personally. Hate his philosophy. Hate his defensive style. We've talked about it going back to Tennessee. And I love it because, you know, you have the Chat GPT and Brian Dill's like, look, the percentage that he's got is like against the red zone is this. The question was, did you ever actually watch his defenses in Tennessee? Because I did. I've talked about it before. When Malik went to Tennessee, I watched a lot of Shane Bowen. So I watched all the games. It's not even a bend not break. It's not a Tampa 2. It's just he likes to rush. He likes to generate his rush with 4. He likes to keep back an extra defender, and he likes using his linebackers. And we've said this a million times before. Hard Knocks, the gift that keeps on giving. First team meeting. Shane goes to him and says, what do you need to make your defense successful? 2 linebackers and a defensive tackle. What about Brian Burns? Who's having a great season? All the sacks in the world that aren't translating into shit, are they? Translated into 2 wins. But if you have a style of defense that you like to play and you don't have the pieces to play them, again, is it all Shane Bowen's fault? When I tell you I am making chicken piccata, let's just say, and I need truffles, and you go out and get me yellow onions and say, make the chicken piccata with this. I need capers. And you know what you get me? You get me raisins. So I'm supposed to make chicken piccata with raisins. It doesn't work. You have a secondary that the guys, your big guys are press cover corners, man-to-man corners. And you play a bend not break style defense, zone defense. That doesn't fit. But then the best part is, this is how the moronic giant content creators don't fucking figure this out because they're too busy being stupid. Like I've said before, guys, the filter's off. You want to ask me a question about anyone? The filter's fucking off. This show is ending. It's going dark. I can't make it to February, but I got to make it to February. But it's going fucking dark. So if you want the odds, honest truth about anything, ask me now. But if you don't have the pieces, and then, like I said, you have corners that are press cover corners that don't fit in a man style zone. A zone style defense. But here's the caveat. This year, we watched Shane Bowen recently in the last 4 or 5 weeks change parts of his defensive style and play press coverage, play man-to-man coverage. But Paulson Adebo and Tay Banks and Drew Phillips are getting beat like they stole something. But it's only Shane Bowen's fault. Shane Bowen was going to survive the season. Plain and simple. Dexter Lawrence is not playing anywhere near. And Dexter Lawrence has not played up to expectation in 2 years. I love it because, again, it's R0B. He had 9.5 sacks. Okay. How many solo tackles? How many tackles for losses? How many quarterback pressures? You can't just give me 9.5 sacks. And what was the defense ranked versus the run? And how many yards per game were they giving up when your stalwart defensive player is a motherfucking defensive tackle? Let's all have some coffee. Coffee, nectar of the gods. I love it. Blackburn's right. Carter denied the report. I wasn't sleeping. I was getting treatment. I will tell you right now, firsthand. Seen it in the NFL, seen it in the Arena Football League. They do not schedule treatment during team meetings. You might get excused from a team meeting if there's certain things that you have to do treatment-wise, but they normally don't regularly schedule your treatment during a designated defensive or positional group team meeting. But don't worry, giant content critters they're probably like, yeah, they're just riding his ass. Dear Lord. Do you ever just have to deal with fucking morons or be associated with fucking morons? That's what I'm associated. I'm associated with fucking morons. I've been exposed, and you don't want us exposing yourself. I got exposed. My bad. Hit that like button, says Big James. I'm going to go back to the top of the chat because I want to make sure we get everyone. Page and Mr. Carter. Page and Mr. Carter. Game going on. Mr. Carter. Holy fuck, Tim. It's Tim. Yes, I'm shocked the game was as close as it was. As bad as Hyatt. Listen, the Hyatt stop was bad. Don't get me wrong. The Hyatt stop was bad. But that would have been a 50-50 ball either way, the way he gunned it in. The way that Jameis gunned it to that corner, that's a 50-50 ball with good coverage. What's up, says Daniel. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. What's up? Why is Jalen Hyatt still on this team? Because he's a Shane Bowen. He's a Shane third-round pick. Good morning. Good day to everyone. Oh, Giants suck. What else is new? Well, well, if you put it in that regard, yeah, you're right. What else is fucking new? What's up? Is that T, Brad? That's T, right? That's you, T, right? Everything's good. Good afternoon, guys. Maybe a little vanilla ice. We already got to the vanilla ice. The Prince of the Pressures. Carter played. The Prince of the Pressures. He is. Carter is just a misunderstood art. He's fucking Prince. Prince was misunderstood for some of the music that he did early on, even after Purple Rain. So he's Prince. Shane Bowen sucks, and Carter sucks.
That's what she said.
Shane Bowen sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna piss down your leg and tell you it's raining. Shane Bowen sucks. But Shane Bowen's not the problem. A putrid defense that is not put together correctly and a cut and paste roster, which was designed by Joe Shane, is the problem. You go out and get redundancy in 3 undersized defensive ends who can't play the run, and you're shocked that teams are running through you. Bobby Okereke, I think Bobby Okereke, you know what kind of player, and I've said this before, Bobby Okereke is a guy that is a good player on a bad team. He's probably an above average player on a good team, but he is a good player on a bad team, and he just doesn't get it anymore. I don't know what happened with Bobby Okereke. He's just not. He has. We've said it before. He's got the Blake Martinez second year jinx, and it's not even second year. Let's see here. Todd says Bowen sucks. We got about 1 defensive starter on this team, and even then, he can only rush the passer. But here's the thing about Brian Burns. Brian Burns knows. We know all Brian Burns can do is rush the passer. We know this. This is not a hidden secret. Brian Burns only has 34 tackles in 12 games, but he has 13 sacks. But that's what we know Brian Burns to be. I cannot fault Brian Burns for that. He's got 34 solo tackles, and he's also got 17 tackles for a loss, 21 quarterback hits, and 13 sacks. And he's forced 2 fumbles, and he even has 7 pass defenses this year. Brian Burns is doing the job that Brian Burns is supposed to do. And this is why I cannot fault Brian Burns. That's just the way it is. He's doing what he's supposed to do. But the problem is this. No one else is. Isn't it great that the Giants had no interest in trading Kayvon Thibodeau? Isn't that interesting? We got no interest for him. We got no interest in trading him, but he's got a shoulder issue, so we're going to make sure he doesn't play. But we have no issue trading. We're not going to trade him. But I can't fault Brian Burns. Brian Burns, if anything, and it's sad to say because the Giants are wasting a good season with Brian Burns, is he plays hard. He's playing every down. He's playing hard. He's showing his impact is showing beyond just the sacks, and that's what I'm talking about. Beyond the sacks, Brian Burns is making a difference. The guy has got 52 combined tackles, 17 tackles for loss, 21 quarterback hits, 13 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 7 pass defenses. He in 11 games is, in reference to pass defenses, is almost at his season, his career high per season, which was last year when he had 8. This guy could potentially finish with 20 sacks and maybe 70 combined tackles. I can't fault Brian Burns for doing his job, even though at times, yes, he is getting run on. He is getting beat like he stole something, but I can't fault him for that. I can fault Abdul Carter and the venerable Kayvon Thibodeau. Aren't we glad that we picked up his 5th-year option at $11.5 million? Want to give a big shout out to Amon Green, the Packer legend, the all-time leading rusher for the Green Bay Packers, 4-time All-Pro, 2-time national champion with the Cornhuskers, who came on the show last week. For those that didn't see it, go watch it. It was a good interview. It wasn't just about the Giants, it was about his career, but about Brett Favre, about everything else. So Amon Green, I got to give a big thumbs up to Amon. I love it because it was one of those things, again, I was like, how long do I have before? Like 20 minutes. And then it's an hour and 19 minutes later. Late. I was late picking one of my kids up to school. And I get to the parking lot and he's like, why were you late? I was like, blame Amon Green. I want to try to get him on. He said he would do it. I want to get him on a live because he was a great guest. Amon Green was a great guest. One of my favorite interviews outside of the Carl Banks interview and the Roe Parrish interview, which not a lot of people watched on the YouTube. Roe Parrish does Believe in the Cowboys. He's also the DJ for the Dallas Mavericks, DJ for the NBA. He's actually a world famous DJ. We talked all different things, but I think Carl Banks, Amon Green, and Roe Parrish are my 3 favorite interviews this year. So go watch that. What's up, Big Evan? It ain't over till it's over. It's over. Artificial vanilla. I never cook with artificial vanilla. Big John says, is Abdul Carter that good? Or is he not being used properly? Abdul Carter's not good. We've said this. Jerry Oslowski, 10-year veteran of the NFL, 10-year starter with the Buffalo Bills, played with Jim Kelly and Frank Reich, was on the show after the draft and Penn State fan said, I would only play Abdul Carter 30% of the snaps because he is only a situational pass rusher. And this guy's a Penn State fan. Said the same thing. We blew another 4th quarter lead. We were blowing. Here's the problem, Blackboard. We were blowing shit all day long.
That's what she said.
We were like a hooker in Amsterdam. We were blowing everything. Once the Packers got a rhythm after that Malik Willis touchdown, it was over. Todd says, I am sick of Carter fans. He can't even show up when Tibbs is out. You're right. What do we got here? Well, Tim, how do you think Jeff Hafley would make a good head coach for the Giants? The name gets bandied about a lot. He is a Green Bay Packer guy. I don't want another coordinator. I don't want another coordinator. I really don't. I wish I could tell you I did. I just don't. I can't tell you if he would be good or not. I told everyone Joe Judge was going to suck because you could just see it. Someone sent me a video I did 4 weeks into the 2nd season of Brian Daboll's tenure, and the video was titled, Has the Bloom Come Off the Dable Shane Rose? And evidently I went through all these things that actually happened. So I have to go back and watch that. So I'm just not ready for another coordinator. Mr. Bruce says the fact that we are still looking in-house and not doing our extensive look for a head coach makes me honestly not blame you not wanting to cover this anymore. Here's the problem, Mr. Bruce. You can't go out and look for you cannot go out and look for an additional. You cannot in season go look at another team's coordinators. You can't. It's a violation of NFL rules and policy. So you can't do it in season unless you have explicit permission from that organization, and you don't want to do that, because especially coordinators that you want, like from Green Bay is going to say no because they don't want a disruption within the organization as they're trying to make the playoffs. And for all these people that are like, well, if Mike Kafka wasn't a good head coach, he would have gotten all those interviews the last 2 years. He's a minority hire. We've said this 2 years ago. He's a Rooney Rule. And I'm not trying to be mean, but he is of Hispanic heritage. He is technically Puerto Rican. That's why he has never got a second interview. I know we don't like to talk about honesty, but can we just be honest about that for a second? The corner jumped the route and dropped the ball. Oh, there was so many. There was 3 plays. There was the tip pass, the tip ball. I mean, not tip pass. It was a tip ball. I can't remember who he threw. He gunned it in, and the ball just popped straight up in the air. And literally, the guy's Clifford Franklin doing this, trying to catch the Twinkies, and he dropped it. Then you had 2 others that the corners jumped the route. The ball hit them in the fucking chest, and they dropped it. I was like, thank goodness. Not just blaming Shane Bowen. We know he sucks, but Tiki said it best. Abdul Carter, one-trick pony. Who said that? Oh, my God, that was Tim. What else is new? I don't want to hear any more about Andre Patterson. For the love of God, I love people that love Andre Patterson. Well, look, Andre Patterson. You say, what's Andre Patterson's big claim to fame? He worked with Danielle Hunter. Look how he's doing. Okay, what has Danielle Hunter done since Andre Patterson's been gone? He's still a Pro Bowler. And Andre Patterson is here working with Dexter Lawrence, Jordan Riley, Darius Alexander. Are we seeing a problem here yet? DJ Davidson. Seen a problem here yet? He's working with the defensive ends, which are also known as Kayvon Thibodeau and Abdul Carter, and nobody's getting better. So everyone that is a big Andre Patterson fan, you need to drink a big tall glass to shut the fuck up, because he needs to be fired. Oh, burger for Newman. Oh, Tyler Newman. Wizard says I would trade Carter during. Now we can't. I wish we could trade him, but we can't. The Giants are technically sitting with the 2nd overall pick right now. And I love it because there is a possibility that we could be picking 2nd overall or 1st overall. And I love it because I look at some of the names coming out and some of the quarterbacks coming out, and I'm like, oh, dear Lord, we are in a fucking quarterback. If everyone comes out, we are in a quarterback-laden draft, and we traded a 3rd-round pick to get Jackson Dart. You got the kid. I love Dante Moore. I love his size at 6'3". I wish he was a little faster. Love Ty Simpson. Fernando Mendoza is also coming out. Sellers is coming out from South Carolina. There's already 4 guys that are coming out that could go in the top 10. But don't worry. We traded up for a motherfucker who doesn't know how to slide. And you have players coming out saying this is not a tough guy league. Slide. Yes, blitz while having DBs who can't cover. That's it. You know, Todd, thank you. I mean, what if the blitz doesn't get home? You are going to get burned even more. You're right. Said Abdul Carter was the most overrated linebacker in the draft. Carter, Giants assumed he was the next great Penn State linebacker. He wasn't a linebacker. He was a defensive end his last year, because that last year Penn State lost a guy in the 1st round and the 3rd round of the draft. And we've said this a million times before. His stats were overinflated. Everyone talks about, oh, he had 24 tackles for losses. No, he didn't. He had 12. Because college stats count a sack as a tackle for a loss. NFL doesn't, but college stats do that. I know this for a fact because we spoke to the statistician at Penn State. I feel like Abdul Carter is Timu Michael Parsons. He's a bust. He's Timu. Yeah, Tiki was dead on. Tiki wasn't dead on. I was dead on. I was dead on before the draft. Come on, ask me. Give me some fucking props. I'm going to get Tiki on the show because I want some flowers. I want some roses. Hey, philosopher. What's up? Good morning, Tim. I read a report that said Abdul Carter had been late for a meeting for his discipline. Yeah, he said that he slept. They said he slept through the meeting, but we got to that comment. Ask Me Tim has been saying he's a one. We called it the dip. We got in trouble, but we called it the dip. Will you put my hand up on your hip? When you dip, we dip, you dip. I don't have the dip anymore. Do I still have the dip? I think we had to delete it. No, we don't have the dip file anymore. But yes, we did a whole video of that. It is called the dip. Fire Joe, I agree. Tim, our edge linebacker does not know what setting the edge means. It's just running and also get past him. NYG5, he doesn't even pressure well. Give me Brandon Short, Dehaney Jones any day, and the rest of the pass rushers aren't fast either. The problem is they are faster. The issue is if you don't combine that with raw strength, speed in the NFL can be neutralized. Speed from the NFL from a pass rushing position can be pushed to the edge, can be pushed to the sideline, can create. You don't have to slow them down that much. You just have to increase the route, the distance to the route to the quarterback, which is what players do. Is they just push Kayvon Thibodeau and Abdul Carter to the edge, to the sideline. We talked about this with Kayvon Thibodeau for years. And in that second season, Kayvon Thibodeau, middle of the season, finally fucking figured out, oh, I can cut it back inside. Abdul Carter hasn't figured that out yet. Sleeping through team meetings is disgusting. Coach D says he thinks setting the edge is a fashion statement. R0V called Bryce Wheaton 4, Jerry Rice 2.0. So his opinion's invalid. If he was benched the game, that would have changed. Yes. Honestly, yes. I would have had more respect for Mike Kafka if he benched him the entire half or the game. You are a rookie with 11 tackles and a half a sack in 11, 12 games. You are playing 75% of the time. You played more with Kayvon Thibodeau out, and you sucked more.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah, we got to that one. What's up, Daniel? Cheers. Taylor slept in the meeting and then made the whole team sad all day. I loved it because when we had Carl Banks on, he told us the story about Lawrence Taylor sleeping in the meeting. And then Bill Belichick tried to call him out and make him look like a fool. And Lawrence Taylor got up and Bill Belichick was like, yeah, okay, here, Lawrence, come up here and draw up the play like we just called it. Lawrence Taylor wakes up, takes his sunglasses off, goes over the whiteboard, draws the play perfectly and goes back to sleep. And then goes out and wrecks the other team. Abdul Carter goes to sleep, doesn't get his 12 hours of beauty sleep, so he's only got a half a sack. LT was the defense. No, he wasn't. I mean, LT was big, but you also had Harry Carson. You also had Carl Banks. You had Gary Reasons. You had Peppers. You had Leonard Marshall. You had Jim Burt. You had George Martin. LT was better on drugs, and these guys are sober.
It's Daniel. Gentlemen, which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
I'll say it again. 39-year-old Calais Campbell has more sacks than Kayvon Thibodeau and Carter combined. You're right. James has hit that like button. Strider says off tackle, left, off tackle, right, then right up the middle. Who said that? Oh, that's right, Tim. Yeah. Sorry. There's certain content creators that you could tell use ChatGPT and they're reading off the screen. Said it before. Part of the Super Friends. You want to talk about Jersey Fangirl? That's what she fucking does, and I love it. I'm in my Audi because I lost my job and I just decided to be a content creator because I have money to do that. Oh dear Lord, so many people are so fucking stuck on themselves. Big James, what's up, brother? But Tim, Abdul Carter is the defense in the running for the defensive rookie of the year. Yeah, he's running after it. He's in the running, but no, he's running after it. He's just literally running after it. But he hurt himself, so he had to go get some treatment and sleep during the meeting. For crying out, when Burns came in, is going to take up blame Bowen. He can't coach. That's right. Our edges, even Burns, who's doing a good takes bad angles. ChatGPT is usually right, but giant content creators take stats out of context. That's another good way to put it, though. Not the stat thing, about running bad angles. I go back to the Malik Willis play, the 16-yard run on third down, on third and long. It was almost like Abdul Carter was running parallel. I'm wondering if we have to go to Abdul and tell him, listen, you can go diagonal. It's okay. You can like do this diagonal thing where you kind of like the Cowboys. We got to cut him off at the pass. You don't have to run parallel with the guy and hope he runs out of bounds. It gets out of the way when Banks sees the ball coming his way. He already does. Carter's got more noodle arms and floppy body movement. I'm gonna just say this now, guys. It is the 17th of November at 3:41 Eastern Standard Time. I've said it before, and I'm not going to be here after February. So I'm going to say it before. I'm going to say it again. Abdul Carter is a bust. He is a wannabe Andre Bruce. He is going to be a bust. I don't care if he gets 10 sacks in the next 6 games. He is a bust. He doesn't tackle well in space. He doesn't tackle well in the open. He misses a lot of tackles, and he seems very disengaged in the entire game plan outside of rushing the passer. Said it before, he is a one-dimensional player, should play 30% of the snaps. He is a third overall Bryce Huff. And Bryce Huff, I believe, was an undrafted free agent. People are even using AI to call Madden plays. It's crazy. What about Brian Burns? That is crazy. Yep, raisins. I'm making chicken piccata, and someone's going to give me raisins. That's the same thing with Shane Bowen right now. This is what I need to be defensively. And here we go. Still waiting on that linebacker. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Asked for a line. Was for a line. No, he asked for 2 linebackers and a defensive tackle. 2 linebackers and a deep Shane Bowen. And I cannot wait for this playoff edition of Hard Knocks. It's going to be the Eagles and everyone else. I can't wait for this shit. Because the Giants is the gift that keeps on giving. ChatGPT to play Madden, that's just fucking crazy. Petro says, Tim, what did you think of Winston this week? You've seen a lot of people say he played well when the Packers should have gotten like 5 picks they dropped. Yes, that's not good. Quarterback, yeah. There were, I'm not going to say 5. He got the one at the end, and there was 3 others for sure that should have been intercepted. One was the batted ball in the air that didn't get, it got batted on the air after the receiver batted up in the air. The other 2 were thrown directly into the corners or hit him in the chest, and they both dropped them. They're both like, holy shit, he's throwing that to me. You gotta love Wendell Robinson, man. You gotta love Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf on that big play. I love it to this day. I love it. I was watching it over and over again. He gets that big pass early in the game. It gets leveled. Gets eaten like Pac-Man. It's like, it was a 20-yard pass, and he got eaten like he was like a waka, like Pac-Man fucking ate him. And then he had 3 catches for 16 yards the rest of the game. I would be like, too, listen, I'm not running that route again. I'm not fucking running that shit again. I blame ESPN for using those stupid advanced metrics that mean nothing. I agree. Walter says Shane is a complete moron. Yes, Shane is a moron. And you're going to be stuck with this moron. I feel bad for you guys. You're going to be stuck for him all next year, and I guarantee you, I'm still telling you this now. Hit the like button. They're going to give him an extension. They're going to give him a 1-year extension. I've heard this rumor, and I've heard this rumor for people that I trust. They are going to give Joe Shane a 1-year extension. You will have him in 2026 and 2027. I had to take an Ebonics class in college because it was part of a language. So I like to use a phrase that you always heard all the time: "We be fucked." You be fucked, not me, because I ain't gonna be here. Shane Bowen was overrated. He benefited from Mike Vrabel while they were at the. No, here's the problem: he did not benefit from Mike Vrabel at all. The first year Shane Bowen was defensive coordinator in Tennessee, he had the unofficial title. The Titans were 11-5 and had one of the worst defenses in the entire fucking league and got smoked in the playoffs. We've talked about this. Jim Schwartz comes in for 2 seasons, acts as Shane Bowen's mentor. He did an article with the Daily Tennessean where he talked about what his responsibilities were after he left for the Cleveland job, which was he was the second set of eyes and he was the sounding board for Shane Bowen. Shane Bowen's secondary improved the 2 years that Schwartz was there. The moment Schwartz took that job in Cleveland, the secondary fell off the fucking cliff again. That's just what Shane Bowen is. King Supreme says, someone on WFA said, should they hire John Gruden? I love John. John's not the right guy for this job. John's not the right temperament for New York. He's just not. Does Sean Maresh have a clue? I don't know. I don't know anything about Sean Maresh. I don't listen to WFAN anymore. I used to listen to it. I was there when they first opened up WFAN. When, you know, I remember the first days of WFAN. I don't listen to WFAN anymore. Is Hyatt still on this team? I think he is. I think after that route, listen, I'm not saying that if Hyatt ran the right route, that would have been a touchdown, because the way Winston gunned that in with the defender right there, I think that still would have been a 50-50. But he doesn't help his case at all. Let's see here. It's not just Bowen's fault. It's the players that are on the rosters aren't good enough. That's on Shane. Evan, that's the point. It's not just Bowen's fault. And that's why I said it's fucking lazy to blame just Shane Bowen. You need to blame the defensive players. You need to blame the position coaches, and you need to blame the architect, which is Joe Shane. When the man literally comes out and tells you what he needs and you don't get him anything he needs, and you go out and spend $54 million on a man-to-man press cover corner who's coming off an entirely broken leg, and you're shocked that he's not playing well, you're going to blame the defensive coordinator, because it's easy for Giant fans to do that, because a lot of the Giant fans are stupid. It's easy to say it's all Shane Bowen's fault. Everything was going to get fixed when we got rid of Brian Daboll, and we still lost the exact fucking same way. Different quarterback as well. It's so easy just to find, and this is the problem with new Giant fans. They try, not all of them, but a good portion of them, they tried to find the easiest common denominator. They don't want to look deep into something because, you know, it's just easier to blame one guy and then hope to God if you get rid of that guy that everything's going to be all better. And Giant content creators need to stop saying Dex Lawrence is back, because he's not. He showed up a little bit and that's gone and then gone. Dude, how much is he getting paid? He wanted to be Aaron Donald. He wanted to be Aaron Donald, and he wanted to be paid like Aaron Donald. The problem is this: he's not Aaron Donald. And I don't want to hear, well, he needs a running mate. I've asked this question again. I've told people a million times. We're going to say it over and over again. Outside of Dominic Sue that 1 year, without Googling it, name me the defensive tackles that Aaron Donald has played with. Great players make people great around them. Hey, it's Knicks Revival. We got to go all the way down to Knicks Revival. Oh, how many fucking messages I got? Too many. Knicks Revival. Dexter is still playing like trash. Dexter is trash. Sorry. Dexter is trash. I've said this since last season. You can accumulate all the fucking sacks you want, but if you are not leading the point of attack at the middle of that defense, and you have one of the poorest rush stopping defense the last 5 seasons, and the one common denominator the last 4.5, 5 years is the guy in the middle, there's a problem with that player. And I've asked this question, and I've asked it again. Is Dexter Lawrence benefiting because he's a really good player on a bad team? And would he still have this type of impact, let's say, if he was on the Eagles? That's the question I have. That's the question I've had for the last 2 seasons. And I did a video 9 months ago. I think it was Zach. Zach, was it you that sent this to me 9 months ago? The video I just did. I did 9 months ago. That said, we should trade Dexter Lawrence, because everything that I said that was going to, everything that's happened now has happened. I do think it was Zach Attack. Stupid Giant Twitter post.
Stupid Giant Twitter posts.
I don't know what the Stupid Giant Twitter post was. Sorry, Jay Sports Card. I just like pushing buttons.
That's what she said.
Oh, I had to get Giants Revival. Which one is which one are you? Are you Eli? Or are you I got such a headache. Who are you? I like Giants Revival, or New York Revival. I keep on calling Giants Revival. I like New York Revival. If you don't watch them, go watch them. Except if they're on when I'm on. They're good guys. I was on their show once. They're good guys. Want to thank everyone also for the podcast, which is basically this show. I just take the show and I cut it into a podcast. But I got the numbers the other day for the podcast, and I think we've been on for less than 6 months on the Believe, and we have something like over 600,000 downloads. I just laugh because I'm like, oh shit, this podcast is brought to you by the mighty FanDuel. I forgot to say it in the beginning of the show. I'm glad we have sponsors. FanDuel.com, the #1 sports book in the land. Of course, if you don't know, go to FanDuel.com. FanDuel had the Giants as 7.5-point dogs. I took the Giants and won again. New customers bet $5 on the for the NFL. Get $150 in bonus bets if you win. You gotta love that. FanDuel Sportsbook, casino, fantasy, racing, everything. They got FanDuel TV. You can do research. They got casino games. I gotta admit, I do like the slot machine games on FanDuel. They have this new I think it's called Money Mansion game. You get 500 bonus spins for new players if you go onto the mighty FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com. This is 353. I have to tag when I do FanDuel ads. So I got to type in 353. So I just tagged in 353. We did the mighty FanDuel ad. Hope to God I sent it to me. But I love FanDuel. I have the FanDuel app. I really do enjoy using FanDuel. I enjoy all of our sponsors, but FanDuel, like I said, new players on the new, again, it is called Money Mansion. You get 500 bonus spins and get up to $1,000 in casino bonuses if you join now. That's for new players only. And I love the fact, let's check the mighty FanDuel right now in reference to where the Giants are going to finish at, where the Giants are going to be. What's the spread against the Detroit Lions? Let's go to FanDuel Sportsbook. I like the app. I really do like the FanDuel app a lot. Giants are 10.5-point dogs to the Detroit Lions in Detroit. Giants are 10.5-point dogs. You know what? That's a big number. That's a big number. And I still wonder, that's a big number, 10.5 points. Oh, I might take that. I might take that. When are we going on your pod? We need some of those 600,000 downloads. Whatever you want. Basically, this show is the pod. I would like to think that I am. I like to Eli. Here, you want to Eli? You want to be on the pod? Here's the link. I don't want to hear any crap that I'm at work or I'm driving. I don't hear that fucking shit. Here you go, Eli. There's the link. You can be on the pod. There's the link. Come on, Eli. Come on and talk some Giants with me. There's plenty of people that are driving or at work that come on the show. But it's crazy. Like I said, the podcast is basically just this show. It's nothing special. Nothing different. It's just this show. And then I love it because I go on to you go on to Apple Tunes or whatever it's called, or the podcast tunes, and then you type in like Giants or content, and then we come right up. I think that's fucking crazy. I think that's fucking crazy, man. People are like, how could you be walking away from all this? Not really easy. Watch this. I'm done. Come on, come back on the pod, man. Eli, I'll come on anytime, man. Don't post our stuff. I will come on anytime you want. Let's get back to the Giant chat because and if James Williams is out there, come on in. But if Eli's out there, I'd love to talk to Eli. Todd says, I mean in terms of production, if it's production, as he is as he does much without playing as plain as playing. Okay, Giant guy, not going to call Hyatt a bust just yet because he can come with another player that leaves the Giants and ends up being good. No, Jalen Hyatt's a bust. I loved Jalen Hyatt coming out of the draft. I thought what he did when Hendon Hooker went down and Joe Milton came in, I thought it was phenomenal. I thought he was this guy that was going to be a Devontae Smith type player. I was totally wrong. I love when people say you never admit when you're wrong. No, I was fucking totally wrong on Jalen Hyatt. I was swinging and a miss, tried the corner. I was 100% wrong with Jalen Hyatt. I thought he was going to be this guy that was going to be something different. It's going to be something special. And I thought he was going to use his speed. Devontae Smith is a slight build guy, former Heisman winner. And he gets off the ball and he gets off the line using his speed and his quickness, and he gets into his routes quickly. Even for a guy that's slight to build. I thought Jalen Hyatt would do the same thing. I thought Jalen Hyatt would get into his routes much quicker. And that is one of his biggest problems in reference to beating his coverage. He has this, he just can't get off the ball. He can't get off the ball. T, Brad, what are you doing, T?
Just sitting down. What's up?
I don't know. I'm talking about how Jalen Hyatt's a bust.
Line up if we got to count the busts on this team. But I agree with you. I was excited to get Hyatt. But
I was excited for Hyatt. I thought Hyatt was going to be something special.
Yep. I thought it'd been a speed guy to open up the offense, but he's not. I have no idea what we're going to do.
I do. We're gonna watch home teams invade the Giant Stadium every home game. I mean, away teams invade Giant Stadium because again, it looked like a Packer game.
I mean, we don't want to be there.
No.
Who wants to sit out in the cold and wind and I mean, it's good when you're winning and you got playoffs on the line and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll get out there and we'll win. But no, this team is terrible. And I'm going to commit you to something because I have a source. It says Joe Shane's job isn't as locked in as we think. And I believe he will be gone. So if Joe Shane is gone, that gives us one more year to do this thing.
No, if Joe Shane is gone, they'll do something stupid like promote Chris Mara. Or they'll say, you know what we need to do? We need to keep this in-house. We need to have Kevin Abrams. The founder of my calculator doesn't have a 7, so I don't know how to work the capologist.
Yeah, it doesn't look out of all the NFL teams. I think we're bottom 5 as far as looking up, and that goes from general manager to coaches to roster to even owner. You know, It's just sad.
It's bad. Let's while you're here, let's get to let's keep going through the chat because if someone told me the other day I ignored the chat.
All right, get him.
Fucking do this for free. And I'm getting told things.
Yeah.
$500 a slider that $500 that Carter has half a sack the whole season. No, I think he'll get another sack or two. What do you think?
Over under.
T-Rad's like, wait a minute, do I have to go on the Mighty FanDuel over and under on that? Let's see your big
The Prince of Pressures.
The Prince of Pressures. I do like that. John says another miss by Shane. Which one? Because there's a lot of misses by Shane. You have to be more specific. Is it Tyler Nubin? Is it Drew Phillips? Is it Eric Gray? Is it Jalen Hyatt? Is it Mike McKeithen? Is it Joshua Dezuda? Is it DJ Davidson? Is it Jordan Ryan? Is it? Dude, you're not supposed to stop me when I'm fucking railing.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry. Get on the roll. Get on the roll.
No, I lost it.
No, there are too many to count. Keep going. You got it.
There's too many. There was two. I was showing people how smart I am. Big Mike. Hey, Tim, what's going on? Todd says Hard Knocks with the Commies, the Cowboys, and the Giants. Just wishing the season was over. Should be great. Are you excited for Hard Knocks, T-Bron?
I don't know what's coming on Hard Knocks.
Starting in first week in December, it's the NFC East Hard Knocks playoff edition. So they're going to follow the Redskins, the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles.
I have no idea why they do something like that. They should take something like that where it belongs, like the NFC North. I'll watch it just to see how dumb Joe Shane looked, but I have no idea why the NFL will sign off on such. Only people going to be watching it are Eagles fans.
Or the Eagles fans, of course. Aspie says Sanders looked good yesterday. Listen, here's the thing with Shedeur Sanders. He went up against one of the best defenses in the league. The moment that the Ravens took Kyle Hamilton and put him in the box, that whole fucking defense changed. Because you have a linebacker type safety that could just blow shit up now. And
right.
Shedeur Sanders has not gotten any first team reps, has not gotten a lot of reps either because before he was behind Dylan Gabriel, so he was running scout team reps. You dropped him in with no practice and said, hey, just go play against the Ravens. And then people are like, look how bad he is.
Here's the thing. People were waiting. Shedeur Sanders is one of those players you're not in the middle on. You either really, really like him and hope he gets a chance. You really just hate him and want the kid to fail. A lot of it's because of his father, which is a real sad case. But he didn't look good, and I kind of knew if he got in there, the coach is trying to save face because everybody's been telling him, hey, you got to get this guy in there. You got to get this guy in there. And the Browns are successfully trying to tank, unlike we used to do. The Browns know how to tank. So we'll get Sanders in there, we'll call crappy plays, and we'll bring him in an offense. You know, your quarterback has to be familiar with the plays and packages that you're going to have week by week by week. If he's not familiar with them, I know how to make him look bad. Throw plays out there. We're not going to play to his strengths. We're going to throw plays out there he's not really familiar with.
Listen, the Ravens sold out on the run. I mean, they fucking sold out. They're like, we are not putting 11 guys in the box. We're putting 14 guys in the box. I got to bring this guy in because I just got to be an
angry black man.
I just bashed him, and I got to bring him in because there's always much love for him, and he is a wonderful guy, a guy that's been on the show before, the one, the only, Carl Banks.
By the way, Tim, that was great. That was the greatest intro I ever had, man. I've been on some good platforms here.
Carl Banks, you looking mighty young, sir.
Listen,
mighty young.
And I put some bleach on my skin a little bit too. I'm a little lighter than usual, just to let you know. The beard's coming in a little good too, just to let you know.
I was gonna say, man, but Eli, welcome.
What's going on, man?
Welcome back.
I figured, why the heck not, man? You said, hey, it's not too many times you get to call me out, and I don't jump on this thing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go right into the studio here that we film Revival at. And I was like, let me just give you a little bit of time, man, and just say what up to you.
Well, of course, we have Eli from not Giants Revival.
The Knicks revival,
Knicks
Giants revival.
New York Revival.
There it is. You got it. You finally got it, man. I mean, and I met you a million times. Like, what are we doing?
Met you in person. I mean, you met my son. I mean, it's
family now. What are we doing?
I know, and I don't know your fucking name.
Exactly. The hell is this shit? What is this shit?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
We got too many problems on this show. Not like the Giants. Not like the Giants, because the Giants don't have any problems whatsoever. You know what I need? You know what I need to do, and this isn't racist. I'm just going to go by shade. There we go.
Oh, that's hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you see, I'm first, brother. I'm first, brother. It's okay. It's all right.
That's right. Well,
hey, you know what we got? We got the front of the bus, the middle of the bus, and the back of the bus.
The back of the bus. Facts. Rosa is happy right now.
Rosa Parks is sitting there smiling.
Rosa.
Hey, guess what? I'm not giving up my seat in the back. How about that?
Evolution.
Wait, does Mr. Hefe want to come on?
Oh, see there? Oh, let's go, Hef.
Mr. Hefe, if you want to come on, you're welcome. I'll put the link in the chat. I love it because Ask Me was like, because anyone that ever comes on the show is always Carl Banks. So anytime I do an introduction, I always end it with the venerable Carl Banks. And then the one day, of course, Carl Banks showed up.
How many times Carl Banks been on your show, man? That you actually say that. It's pretty dope.
We only did that, what, T-Bag, for like 2 years?
Yeah. Always. He trolls from afar.
The best one is when I say Carl Banks and his OGR Sports, of course, because OGR is bald and white. So,
listen, at least you got Carl Banks, man. He doesn't do our show. We be like, hey, Carl, come on. He'd be like, crickets. I'm like, God dang, man, he must really hate Revival. I don't know what it is.
I'm not really sure who likes it.
That's true.
Oh,
we are a terrible show, guys. If you can go over, subscribe to New York Revival. Please, we need all the help we can get.
I'll make sure I subscribe, brother. I will make sure I subscribe.
I appreciate you, man. We're almost at, Tim's putting us out of business with 600K downloads that are bots. I mean, the real people. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
I love watching because Believe has the system where it's like any other thing for podcasts where you see your daily downloads and all this shit. Yeah. And I laugh because I look at it every day and I'm like, another 3,000. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Listen, they love you, man. They love you.
You need to stop. This shit is this. I'm trying to leave. I'm not trying to stay.
They have some great people over there at the Believe Network. They just got the Giant Insiders over there, my brothers, man. So you guys got a good roster.
They have Carl Banks and Bob.
They got that. Papa been on Revival, man. Shout out to Papa.
Papa won't come on here.
Why not?
Because he doesn't like me.
See, you're gonna get me canceled, man. I'm about to go, Tim. You about to get me. I just did ESPN this past week, man. I'm good. I'm can't get me. You're gonna get me canceled. Yeah. What we doing?
I'm not gonna get. Listen, I'll quickly tell you the Bob Papa story.
Okay.
I don't even know if he Giant. You know, we're at the Giant Symposium. You know, we're on.
Can I say this first, Tim? Can I say this first? The views and expression of Tim here does not reflect New York Revival or Eli Rice. Just got to put a disclaimer out there. Because I got to put the disclaimer out right now.
My whole fucking life
definitely a smart move.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. But go ahead, Tim. Sorry, go right ahead.
We are on Broadway. We are at the big Giant event, the big season ticket holder meeting, and we got everyone there. This is Daniel Jones's. After Daniel Jones had the big season, I go up to the microphone, and James Williams will attest to this. I'm an asshole, so I admit immediately who I am. So I'm not trying to hide it. And I asked Dan, and I lied to the person that was holding the mic about the question, because I said I was going to ask a question to Kayvon Thibodeau because I didn't think they were going to let me ask the question I wanted to ask. So I asked Daniel Jones this question, not a bad question. It was about how can some people think that you had a Renaissance season and all this crap, and he didn't really answer the question very well, and he was holding his stomach and rocking back and forth. And Bob Papa stops and goes, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Tim from Online Big Blue." He goes, "What's your Twitter handle?" This was when it was back in Twitter. I go, Online Big Blue 1. He goes, "I know who you are. You and I have gone at it." And I said, "Wait a minute. I don't even fucking follow you on Twitter." So I said, "I don't think you know who I am." So 2 weeks later, we're at the Rookie Symposium in the Giant building. I am standing there in the lunchroom. I see Bob Papa down the hallway. I yell, "Papa!" I yell, "Bob!" He does one of these.
Oh,
and walks the other way.
Wow. That's interesting. You know what? I'll say this, right? Just when they think they're not watching us, they're watching us too.
Oh, I know.
I'm not saying this is separate from Bob. Bob is a great friend of mine, but they're watching us, man. The Giants organization knows exactly what we're doing and we're saying and what's going on. Trust me, I experienced it last year, man. I'm still on their crap list. Don't worry about it. I'm still there.
I don't care.
That means you're saying the right things, brother.
You saying the best thing was I got a friend that still works in the Giant building, and I told the story once before. And he was walking down the hallway, and he's walking by Joe Shane's office, and he goes to me. And this was last year. He goes, "Tim, I swear to God, I thought you were in Joe Shane's office."
See.
And then he's like, I knocked on the door because I thought you were there, and I wanted to say hello. And then all of a sudden, it was dead silence. And I was like, okay.
They're watching.
Who's this Eli guy? Seems pretty cool.
Oh man, listen, man, I appreciate you, man. I'm just saying, I appreciate you, man. I'm just saying, trying to represent. That's all.
We got to talk.
Eli is you people.
We got. Okay, what do you mean, you people?
Yeah, right. What do you mean?
Who the hell is this guy?
What do you mean? Listen to all.
What do you mean, you people?
That's a classic movie, by the way. I'm just
Yeah, I
the
love
dude
it.
playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I love that. I love that.
Classic, by the way.
I would not. I got Eli on. I would be remiss if I didn't actually talk Giant football.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If we didn't talk about the because we know nobody watches the show, so it'd be good to get him some people to watch.
Please, I need it badly. I'm about to be out of business here. All right.
Why I'm leaving? You can pick up my slack.
Please, come on, man.
Tim, just do a movie. Just do a movie reference channel. We'll just come in and do movies and bust out lines.
All right, come on. I got to talk Giants here.
Oh, let's do it, brother.
All right, Packer game. Same, different head coach, same results.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. The offense outside of running the ball 30 plus times was smart because it was clock man. It seemed to be clock management because of the fact that you wanted to keep the Packers offense off the field. Because after the spark from Malik Willis in reference to that drive, the Packers offense just went a totally different direction. They were 5 for 5 or 4 for 4 in the red zone and everything else. But everyone's blame. We've talked about this on the show. Everyone's blaming Shane Bowen. I keep telling you this over and over again. I am not a fan of Shane Bowen. I do not like Shane Bowen. But when you were specifically running a style of defense and you have the players that don't fit, now I give Bowen credit. He has tried to adjust. He has gone man to man more often than I thought he would this season. But I think I personally, and I want to get your opinion, I think it's a lazy take to always just sit there and blame the defensive coordinator when you have multiple corners on this team that are man-to-man press cover corners. They're not the zone bend not break guys. You have safeties that have issues in regards to, I don't know, running diagonally. You have a corner in Drew Phillips who there's never been a reception that he didn't want to give up. He'll make the tackle, but the league is completing 72% of their passes against him for almost 500 yards now. It's like you have 3 carbon copy defensive ends who can't set the edge or play the run.
Nope.
But you have it's all Shane Bowen's fault.
It's hard to say that, right? Because yes, he has some defensive game plans, what makes you kind of scratch your head, like, man, what was he thinking there? Like the prevents and etc. But at the same time, in token, you're looking at some of these guys that were a high draft pick or whatever the case is that we signed. Like, look at the Kayvon Thibodeaux of the world, right? We drafted him very high when he came in, and he's just like a B-roll type of player. Like, he's not the destructive guy we expect him to be. And now we're looking at Abdul Carter, who has half a sack, and this is what people said. He's a generational talent. Well, we see
wait a minute. There's one guy that said he was a bust before the draft. I'm not saying who he was, but there was a guy that came out.
The guy in the front of the bus said that. The guy in the front of the bus.
Okay. There was 2 guys.
I heard him all the way in the back.
There's 2 guys in this draft I wouldn't touch, and I said Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter, because to me Abdul Carter is Bryce Huff, but with a higher pedigree in reference to even Jerry Oslowski, the former offensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills, 10-year offensive lineman, Penn State guy, came out and said, I would not take Abdul Carter 3rd overall.
And I didn't want that pick either. But at the same time, listening to analysts, right? And it's like, yeah, this guy's a generational talent. And you just had a guy that just left this building that was a generational talent. By the way, he won a Super Bowl in the division, man. It's Saquon Barkley, Offensive Rookie of the Year. We're looking at Abdul Carter now being disciplined, falling asleep when he was recovering. In meetings at this point, so he's being disciplined. So guys, you're looking at the Drew Phillips of the world, which leads the league, I believe, in yardage as far as penalties is concerned. Deontay Banks, I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. He went from like a lockdown corner CB1 potential to a guy that's not even going to make a roster on another team. We got to look at this thing. We can name all players. We can do this all day. You got to go, men. It's the personnel. Like we've said this. Like who the hell is Javarius Owens? Right? Like I've said this on the pod where the clip went freaking viral. I was like, man, who is this guy? Because we went down the list of what Joe Shane and all the people that he bought in here, and none of these guys are sticking. None of these guys are even here contributing to the fact that you need them to contribute at. So you got to stop blaming Shane Bowen a little bit, and you got to start looking at the roster and saying, hey, some of these guys just don't fit here. Doesn't fit his scheme. None of these guys are playing well. So, and a lot of people go, well, hey, it's coaching. I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Giants need to clean house at this point, get the right people in here, because I'm telling you right now, Joe Shane ain't the guy. And I wanted him gone like right soon as with Brian Daboll. I want them all gone. But the fact that the Giants are saying, hey, man, he might lead our head coaching search, I'm like, dude, you really going to keep him? And here's what they're going to feed the Giants fans. This is my conspiracy theory here, Tim. I think Kafka's going to stay, just to bring that continuity and, of course, finish out that 1-year contract left on Shane Bowen's contract. Joe Shane's contract.
I've said this before. We have a source that told us certain things about the Giants. He told us the Giants would not pass on Andrew Thomas. He told us that the Giants would actually sign both Adoree Jackson and Blake Martinez. The same guy also told us we weren't getting Matt Rule, has already told me, and we talked about this last week, that there will be a 1-year extension for Shane Bowen. That he will be, because of the fact that they are going to say that nobody is going to come to the Giants as with a lame duck general manager as a head coach. We have heard this now from inside the building.
Good God. And this is the point. You need to clean house and start all over. Like, I just don't think there's a young core nucleus as John Mara thinks. Because again, we keep pointing the finger this way, and at some point you got to go, you know what? Let's blow it all up. And let's figure this out and start from scratch here. That's what John Mara needs to do. But he wants to keep the continuity of Jackson Dart, etc. I get it, but I think Jackson Dart's a baller no matter who you put in here. He'll be fine. But something has to give here. This roster is all Joe Shane's. When they went to the playoffs, it was mostly Dave Gettleman guys.
We talked about that. And the guys re-signed were Gettleman guys.
So, and all of them left and flourished everywhere else, right? Dave Gettleman guys. So now you have all of your guys in here, about 99% of it is yours, and we're still losing, and they still can't find a proper, right? You still can't find a proper angles and tackling. You can't even the penalties. Like, dude, it's just so much of this team where you just got to go. All of it got to go. Joe Shane included. Everybody got to go, and they're gonna keep them here, and there's gonna be more losing, and there's gonna be more head bashing against the wall watching this Giants team, man. But let me get the hell out of here, Tim. I got some things to do, man. I was supposed to come in here for 5 minutes. Let me get the hell out of here.
Don't put yourself on a time limit, brother. You're preaching to the choir right now, but preach.
We just had Packer legend Amon Green on, and he said he's like, I got 20 minutes. And then like an hour and 18 minutes later, he's like, I got 20 more minutes.
Yo, see, Tim, you're going to keep me on here long. And you know what? And this is why we need to talk. And we got to make sure we link up here on the next show. But yeah, definitely, man, because, again, it was supposed to be 5 minutes because I got to get running. I got things to do here. But definitely, man, let's try to lock in something in the future. But I tell you, I could talk about this team all day and preach. But, guys, if you can I just get a plug here? Guys, go subscribe to New York Revival. Please go subscribe to New York. Listen, we're about to be out of business. Tim is putting us out of business every day. We don't even have 600K downloads. We have about 60, okay? So, guys, please go on over to New York Revival. Tell them Eli Rack sent you, man. Great show. We do a bunch of stuff there.
You know what? Listen, I'm going to give you one more second here because I think you guys are fucking awesome. You know that. And you have wonderful guests. And all the guests that are on your show, if you actually want to come on a real show with a lot of views and downloads, come over here.
Yeah, right. All the guests. Listen, man. We had Kay Adams. You know, we got Nate Burleson. We had Tiki Barber.
I love you guys.
I hate
everybody. T-Brad will test to it. I love this comment. Papa looks down on content creators. Just ask Bobby Skinner. Who doesn't look down on Bobby Skinner?
I'm gone. I'm gone, Tim. You're gonna get me canceled. I'm gone. Shout out to Bob Papa. Shout out to my guy Bobby Skin. Tim, I love you, man. I'll talk to you, brother.
Eli said that to me in private, so I just want to say anything.
Yo, I'm out. I'm out.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming on, man.
I see you, brother.
I'll tell you this. I can't stand watching any New York paid media for New York Giants.
Oh yeah, because
it's a bunch of yes men. It's a bunch of yes men saying yes to bad decisions. And Brother Eli obviously doesn't watch the show that much because I've been saying Joe must go for at least 2 seasons now.
Yeah,
I've been screaming Joe must go.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring James Stein on real quick. James,
there we go.
You got 2 seconds to give me what you got because I got other people coming on.
Okay. My thing is, Joe's must go. Joe Shane's got to go. Because if he finds you another subpar head coach, we're going to be talking about this kind of crap for another 2 years.
Did I tell you?
We're gonna be talking about this crap for another 2 years.
So, yeah, I really.
What are you talking about?
Yep. You keep free. Oh, we lost him. I lost T-Brad too. I think maybe this is on my end. But James, I appreciate you coming on, my brother. I lost T-Brad as well. Let's bring in the philosopher, who's always going to drop some knowledge. He's going to give us some. You're going to give us something good today, right, man?
Well, yeah. I mean, 2 things. One is, so I dropped the comment in the chat earlier. What I was trying to say is that I heard it was multiple meetings that Abdul Carter had missed.
Yes, you are right.
Which is insane to me. Like, they let him miss multiple meetings and he just gets like to not come in for a series. Anyways, the other thing is I saw a report that said that the main reason why they're keeping Shane for now is because of the cancer issue with Mara, and that he doesn't have the requisite energy to be able to find the new coach and GM. So for now, they're just like, okay, let's just find the coach and then we'll reassess at the end of the year. I don't know how true that is, but I'm hoping to God it is true.
I keep hearing from inside the building Shane is getting an extension 1 year.
He has 1 more year on his contract, right?
Yes, but they will give him 2 years because of the fact that they do not want to have a lame duck general manager going into a head coaching search and then have to explain to the head coach, well, this general manager who is selling you on this team might not be here.
I'm just hoping for the best, man.
That's why you get a new general manager. You get a new general manager and the general manager will hire the coach. Let's do it now instead of waiting a year. I know that's too smart, but let's do it now.
Well, no.
Why would I get a Why would I? Here's the thing. Go ahead.
You lost your audio.
Oh, damn it. Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Nope, we lost you again. And now he's frozen. All right, we're gonna kick T. T will be back on. James, where are you at? Oh, we got it. Hold on 1 second. I got no big. Oh, there we got it. The philosopher. So we got to drop in Big Don real quick because he's at work.
It's gonna be super quick. It's gonna be super quick.
Wait, I gotta ask you a question before it's super quick. Isn't it date night? Isn't it date week this week?
It's not happening. Oh, Tim, we gotta talk.
You can call me. That's what my phone fucking does.
My bad. I've been busy, and that's the reason why we have to talk.
Hey, man. Nothing going on. Well, I really don't. But if I had something going on, it would be important.
I heard. I only had to come in because I heard a certain name. I heard Gettleman.
Yes, you heard the ghetto fraud. You heard the ghetto fraud.
As soon as I heard somebody named I heard the word Gettleman, I had to pop in here real quick, Tim, because every time I hear his name, I'm like, I miss him a little bit more.
Well,
just a little bit more.
The bad part is, if I would have said Kyle McCord, you wouldn't have jumped in because he's not in the league.
Oh, so we gonna do that? Is that what we're doing today, Tim? I'm all texting out here, and this how you treat me? That's good, Tim.
315.
But no. 3-1-5. That was it, man. I'll catch y'all later. I gotta get back to work, and I'll tell you why this is weird today.
All right,
But
brother, man.
y'all take it easy.
I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna be home after 7 my time because I got a meeting to go to. But I'll be home after. I'll be home after like 8 my time.
All right, cool. I'll call you then.
All right, Mr. Stoner. And I know it's not Stoner, but I like calling you Stoner. I don't know why.
It's all good.
Just because I'm an asshole. That's probably why. The rest of the season, the rest of this fiasco. As a Giant fan, I'm a Packer fan. So as a Giant fan, my team won yesterday. What do you want to see out of the final 6 games or whatever hell we got left in this season?
Man, that's a good ass question. I mean, offensively, I think you want to see them like play younger players and see what they got maybe in some of these quote unquote receivers we have, so we can see what we have around Malik Neighbors, because I actually like that they signed I forgot what his name is. Oh, Hodgins,
Isaiah, who was on the team 2 years ago. 2 years ago?
Yeah, I like Isaiah Hodgins, and he was our leading receiver in the game, and he's just a professional. So it's like, damn, it's nice to see somebody get thrown to and they actually catch the damn ball. I want to see them try new offensive concepts that they haven't done yet, because it's like we see the same stuff over and over and over and over. It's very unimaginative.
That's a good way to put the offense. And I got a question for you. You bring in Mike Kafka was the offense coordinator. Of course, he gets promoted to head coach. He still called the plays. But to me, as a head coach / OC, he seemed to have gone more conservative with the run all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden, hey, listen, we can run the ball 38 times. It's okay. I mean, is that do you think that's at a necessity to just keep Green Bay's offense off the field? Or do you think this is a pattern that we're going to see because he's playing it safe a little bit to try to maybe get some wins and get that job?
I think the Green Bay game is a very hard game to go off of because they have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. So you're going to have to run the ball successfully against them. And somehow, some way, we actually ran the ball pretty good against them yesterday.
They ran at the heart of the Green Bay defense. They did.
Mm-hmm. So, the fact that we actually had success running the ball, I don't think is a very good indicator of how the rest of the season's going to go, because we haven't run the ball good almost all year. So I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. I kind of feel like the team was a little bit more buttoned down, a little bit more, like assignments were actually made. It seemed like there was like less penalties. It seemed like a somewhat cleaner brand of football with what's the name, Kafka, but it didn't really make a difference. I mean, we still lost, but it seemed like a little bit cleaner of a game than normal. That's just me. I don't know.
They did have 6 penalties for 77 yards.
How many do we usually have? Like 10?
Well, I would say we have between 6 and 10 every
okay.
So
okay.
I think the penalties are the same. I think and we like the stupid penalty on the PAT that cost us a point. I mean, there was still stupid penalties by the Giants. I mean, they haven't gotten away from shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and then defensively, it's just like, Jesus Christ, bro. It's so bad. Like, it's so hard to watch because you said something about all these missed picks, but there were like a lot of missed opportunities on the side of the Packers. They were just dropping balls like left and right. They were wide open like every single time.
The Packers, no one on the defense or even the offense until after the second quarter could catch the fucking ball.
Mm-hmm.
There were so many plays that Romeo Doubs, I think he dropped 3 passes in the first quarter. It was phenomenal. And like I said, when the people are like, well, the Giants kept it close. Well, no, it was more of Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers only had the ball 26 minutes, I think it was.
Right.
And they scored 27 points.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. They had it just over 24 minutes.
Right. And nobody wants to factor in the fact that Love gets hurt. I mean, Malik Willis still did what he had to do, but he got hurt. And then once he comes back in the game, it was like he was on fire the whole rest of the game. They couldn't do nothing with him. And the pass rush was for the most part not there. I think in the beginning of the game, I want to say like the first quarter and a half, Dex was kind of active. He was actually getting to
There was
Jordan Love.
there was well,
There was a couple plays.
There was one play. Let's be honest. Dexter Lawrence had one play in the first quarter where he got into the face of Jordan Love, and that I can't give you any more. There was one play. Dexter Lawrence only had one tackle yesterday. He didn't have that's it. He had a big 0 on everything else.
No, totally be positive, man.
No tackles for loss, no quarterback hits, nothing. He had one play.
Well, and so that's my biggest gripe with the defense. And what I'm kind of getting to is there's almost no player on the entire defense where in and out every play is, or not every play, because not everybody's gonna have a positive play every play, but
no, of course not.
Like more than not, they're gonna have a successful result or a good play. There's almost no one. I guess you could say kind of Brian Burns, but I don't really think that's what it is. I think with Brian Burns, he makes like these big splash plays because he knows how to finish. He's probably the best finisher on the line.
Yeah, no, he
but
is.
That's it. But that's it though. Like it's just that he can finish, but nobody else on the. And you mentioned our defensive tackles as far as like what's his name from Aaron Donald. Who are his running mates? I can dig that. I fully understand that, but it's like, well, who the hell else are defensive tackles that actually make plays though?
But the thing is this: you're Dexter Lawrence. You are telling me you are one of the predominant or one of the dominant defensive tackles in the entire league. I haven't seen that in 3 years. And you are getting paid. Everyone uses Aaron Donald money. And then you send
King of the almost sack
over to Seattle. And last season, Leonard Williams had a much better season than Dexter Lawrence, even before he got hurt. And he played better in the season he got traded than Dexter Lawrence ever did. And I bring up Aaron Donald because Aaron Donald is the benchmark for these players. But the thing is this, I say it over and over again, just name me outside of that 1 year of Dominican Sue who Aaron Donald's running mates were. Because I always hear, well, you know what it is. He can't be great because, he doesn't have a running mate. Okay, well, Aaron Donald was only 6'1", 280 pounds, playing in the middle, had 111 sacks, 543 tackles, 340 of them solo, and only 200 assists.
Right, and look, Tim,
that would get you 80, get you 50 to 80 tackles with 12 and a half sacks in the middle of that defense.
Right. And Tim, I'm not trying to say get some new defensive tackles to make his play better. I'm not excusing his play. What I'm saying is if you look at what have they done on the D-line in general, in terms of draft capital with Joe Shane.
Jordan Riley, DJ Davidson, and Darius Alexander.
Trash, and more trash.
This is what Joe Shane has done.
Right.
So he's tried. It's like Azuda and McKeithen and all these other guys in the offensive line. And JMS. He's trying to address it. Just his ability to judge college talent, it just isn't there.
Right, and so my fear is because what he does is whenever he fails on these retreads, he goes ahead and he gets a player in free agency.
Yeah.
So that's what I think he's going to end up doing on defensive tackle because we've been failing at drafting that for the last 3 years. Yeah. So they just need to change out the whole damn defense, basically.
I gotta ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question for the 145 people still watching. I'm going to ask you a question. Abdul Carter. That's the question.
To be or not to be?
No, just Abdul Carter.
Jesus Christ. Complete and utter failure, man. There's no way around it. Because see, this is what I was hoping, and obviously I knew it probably wasn't gonna happen, was that he gets his chance to start and he proves all the quote unquote haters wrong.
But
right? Because
there was outside of me, there was really no haters. I kept hearing from the draft prognosticators, we would hear generational talent.
right. Well, so I'm gonna go off, and I know this is gonna be insane for me to say to you, but I'm gonna go off what Giants fans say, right?
Oh God. Oh God.
Joke of the day, right?
Being a Packer fan, I'm not offended.
Joke of the day, right? But no, like it's like if you listen to, and I'm just saying this as an example, if you listen to Giants fans when they're talking about Abdul Carter, because they always make excuses for the players when they don't make plays, right? So what they say is he doesn't play enough. So what this last game proved is, okay, well, if he's out for one series, but he's in for the rest of the game, he only gets one fucking tackle.
Well, and here's the thing that cracks me up, though, even about he doesn't play enough. He was still playing before this game 75 to 80% of the snaps. It's not like he was playing 30%. He was on average playing 75 to 80% of the snaps.
Right.
Before this game.
Well, I don't think some of these fans don't fully understand the game from the perspective of if you have a trash ass secondary and you're talking about pressures with a trash secondary, it doesn't matter. You have to hit the quarterback now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be open.
Here's the thing, and this does not count yesterday's game. Before yesterday's game, he played in 528 defensive snaps for 72% of the defensive snaps.
And he only has half a sack.
He only has half a sack.
Does he have any tackles for loss?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. I would have to go find the stat. Oh, great. Why you got to do that to me? Now I got to go. Someone go look up that stat because I don't know.
I'm going to guess he has maybe like a couple because I feel like he's made a couple plays here and there. Now
here's the thing, and the reason I was bringing up the 72%. How many Brian Burns, to me, dominating this year?
Mm-hmm.
He is dominating, yeah. But what percent of the defensive snaps do you think he has played?
Brian Burns? 85%.
78.
Wow. That's crazy.
72 to 78.
Wow.
And he's played I think we said 528. Brian Burns has played 582 snaps.
Yeah, proof's in the pudding, man.
Yeah, I mean, so you can't say the kid's not getting a chance. If anything, and I've said this before, I think he's over getting a chance. I think he needs to go down on the snap count. I think he needs to be a guy that I said it before the draft. I think he needs to be a guy that gets 30%, 30, 40%, and use him in situations where you can utilize that speed, create mismatches. We talked about the safety blitzes. We talked about the corner blitz. Bring that extra guy when he's on the field and create that mismatch. The problem is you can't do it with them all the time because your secondary is so bad. You're going to expose single coverage or even have a guy wide open. We watched in Green Bay, there was a couple plays where guys were wide open in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And that was busted coverage because they brought an extra defender, versus the rush.
Right. Yeah. As far as the corners go, Jesus Christ, man. Because I thought Paulson Adebo was supposed to play. Then I saw that he had some discomfort in his knee right before the game.
Yeah.
So I decided to shelve him. And Jesus Christ, neither one of them was good that game. Like, because Flott has a game every now and then where it's like, oh, he might be kind of good.
Hey, listen, I give Cordell Flott credit. He's had out of all the seasons that he has had, this is a much better Cordell Flott that I've ever seen. And it doesn't pain me to say, it does pain me to say a little bit because of the fact that you have a first rounder and a guy you just gave $54 million, but he's played better than Adebo and Banks.
Oh, for sure. Easily. I think he fits what they do the best, but I think the problem is his ceiling is really not that high.
No.
So it's okay.
I think this is his ceiling where he's at now.
Exactly. Yo, Tim, I got to get out of here, man, but keep doing guys' work, bro.
Are you at work?
I work from home.
All right.
So technically I am.
Okay. I thought you were hiding in the office. I'm like, it looks like you're hiding in an office. So.
Oh, no, nah. Not in a hoodie, dude.
Hey, I went to work in hoodies for years. So I never put on pants. I always wear shorts. So ask James.
Hey, man.
Thank you for coming on as always.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Oh, that was fun. I always like when the philosopher comes on. He is a he is an excellent guest to have on the show. He's gives a good philosophy, just like James Stein. James Stein, love when James comes on. Love when the slider comes on. Love when everyone comes on because it's nothing but love today. Oh, I tell you guys, life is rough. Life is rough as a Giant fan. I feel bad for you guys. I feel bad for you. When I'm gone, it's gonna just be dead. Slider says Dex is back. My ass he is. If you're the best, fucking show it. Dex ain't showing shit. Aaron Donald never really had a running mate. He had decent players around him, but Donald was great. Dex is not even close. Boy, Slider's going crazy here with the chat. Let's see here. Let's see what RWB says here. As bad as Shane, he'll never make his Miss Dennis or Dave. They both suck in their own different ways. Bobby Skinner looks like a real life character, Family Guy character. Let's see here. Danny Dudd says the Commanders fan used to say that about Chase Young. Just look at all of his pressures. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's not good. That's not good. Aziz Ojulari was better than Peppers for the time he was here. Yeah. The Pirate chest has been empty ever since October. I want to thank Eli Vibes for coming on from Giants. New York Revival, not Giants Revival. You people got to stop saying Giants Revival. I do laugh though. It came today. When we leave our last show is going to be phenomenal. But in 1984, the Giants had probably one of the best and most racist piece of memorabilia that you could buy. We talked about it before. The Rookie of the Year, 1983, kicker Ali Hashish, who then exploded in 84 and off the team in by 86. They had these hats, and it was the Ali Hashish hat, where it was basically a French Foreign Legion hat. And it came today. We are going to be giving away the Ali Hashish hat. I normally don't like messing up my hair. There we go. The most racist Giant hat ever made. The Ali Hashish painter's cap. We are going to give this away. It's signed by Ali on the back. We are going to this is going to be one of the giveaways on the last show. The last show, which will be in February. We had a date in February, but we're going to change the date because there's certain guests I'm having on. We changed the date. We changed the date in February. It was going to be February 9th, but I think I'm going to do it on February 12th, which is a Thursday. And I think it will be a 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time show. We're going to give away the Ali Hashish hat. You got to love it, man. I'm fucking up my hair because the Ali hat. We're going to give away so many different things, but we're going to have prize packages that we're going to give away. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It is 4:43. I got a meeting I have to be to at 7, so I got to cook dinner and stuff. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Want to thank the philosopher for coming on. Want to thank T. Brad. Want to thank James Stein. Want to thank Eli Vibes from New York Revival. I was gonna see if I had the go over there and subscribe. I don't have it. I used to have the link to the New York Revival. Hold on. See, I'm going to be nice. I don't know why I'm going to be nice. I don't like being nice. Where's New York Revival? Hold on. Let me go here. New York Revival. I like making people uncomfortable. I love Eli. Eli's a great man, but he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. He's a guy that tries to he tries to make everyone happy. I sub. There we go. Go to New York Giants Revival, which is not called New York Giants. I put it in the chat. Go to that channel. Here, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to give them additional couple minutes. I'm going to put it on the ticker too. Watch this. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, man. my God. Being professional is just so difficult. There it is. There we go. Everyone go on New York Giants Revival. Slider already did it. Slider, I thought you were coming on. He subbed. But there you go, guys. Go there right now. Go for El Jefe and Eli, and I can't remember the other guy. Glass Fool guy. I forgot his name. I forget everyone's name. And don't feel bad if I forget your name. I don't remember a lot of people's names. I'm not a name guy. I call everyone Hoss. I call you bro. I'm a biker, so I call you brother. I call you Hoss. You know, I call you things like that. But go on that channel right now. I can't. I'm working. Philosopher was working. But be ready for the Ali Hashish giveaway on February 12th. I think we're going to make it 7 p.m. final show. The page goes dark. Regrets I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention. I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. Anyone else got anything to say? Because I don't. I'm just watching Malik Willis's big run. I'm just watching Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter is literally running parallel to the play. He's not taking the, and this is our speed guy. He's not taking the edge. He's running parallel. We're so bad. It's losing. We're bad. We're not good. It's losing. We're good at losing, man. We are the best at losing that there is. All right. Anyone got anything else astute to say? Because if not, I'm going to check out early because I got to make dinner early because I got to go to a meeting. I got to go to a township meeting. You know, when they call me to go to a township meeting, things aren't going well. I'm just seeing here what's going on in the world. Let's see. Nothing really going on good in the world. All right, guys. I'm going to check on out. I want to thank everyone again that came on. Everyone can also go to New York Giants Revival. So we have a slider the last comment. Players don't listen, also get coaches fired, but it's a coach's fault. Yes, it is. Evan, what's up, Evan? Evan, what are you going to say? You going to say something astute before I leave, Evan, in my Holly Hachish hat? The most racist hat the Giants ever produced. Really? Because his name's Ali Haj. It's a French Foreign Legion fucking hat. Come on, guys. This was in 84. You're allowed to be racist in 84. It was acceptable just to basically bash everyone. But we're going to give this hat away. And we'll have a special prize pack. You're the best Giant content creator. Well, we know that, Evan. But thank you. I appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. It's not true, but there's some people that are better. We know that's true. Girl, you know. Peace, Tim. See you on the next stream, Big James. All right, guys. Much love. It's 4:47. Maybe we'll do another stream tomorrow. I like doing the Monday, Tuesday stream because then I have enough content for the rest of the week that I don't have to work. So, unless we have a special guest, we may have a special guest come on. We may have a former Detroit Lion great that I'm trying to wrap up right now. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And as always, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that fun stuff. Much love. I got to put the outro on because I don't have it on there. And once again, everyone, have yourself a great day. And I'm out of here. Now I'm out. Wait, hold on. We'll do it again. Have yourself a great day. And now I'm out of here.